Today is November 20, 2025. Pam Bondi just had the most embarrassing meltdown in DOJ history, and the whole internet is cackling. Listen. I need everybody to grab whatever you're drinking right now, because what happened today at that Department of Justice press conference was pure, uncut, weapons-grade incompetence, and I'm still wheezing. Pam Bondi, Trump's freshly minted Attorney General, steps up to the podium looking like she just rolled out of a Mar-a-Lago brunch, starts talking about how they're gonna restore integrity, or whatever bullshit line they fed her that morning, and then, bam, the woman short-circuits harder than a dollar store vibrator left on high for 6 hours straight. She literally gets stuck on the word "the" like a scratched CD from 1998. I'm not exaggerating, she said. The 27 times in a row while her eyes did that deer-in-headlights thing, and the entire press room just sat there trying not to lose their goddamn minds on live television. And the best part, the best fucking part, nobody on that stage even tried to help her. They all just froze like they were playing the world's saddest game of musical chairs, and the music stopped on the worst possible note. You had some deputy undersecretary standing behind her looking like he was calculating how many years he'd get for tackling the attorney general mid-sentence, just to make it stop. Meanwhile, Bondi keeps going the like she's buffering in real time, and the teleprompter guy upstairs is probably having a full-on panic attack wondering if he accidentally pasted the entire B-movie's script into the prompter by mistake. This is the same woman who spent the last decade on Fox News screaming about how Joe Biden can't string 2 sentences together. Remember that. This is the same genius who said the DOJ under Biden was a weaponized disaster. Baby girl, the call is coming from inside the house. You are the weaponized disaster now. You are the human equivalent of a Windows 95 computer trying to run Cyberpunk 2077. You're out here glitching harder than Elon's Cybertruck windshield when somebody throws a steel ball at it. And can we talk about the absolute gall of these people? They spent 4 years calling everybody else senile, demented, loic, whatever vile shit they could pull out of their ass on any given Tuesday, and now their big comeback plan is rolling out an attorney general who can't even finish the word "the" without needing a factory reset. This is what winning looks like, apparently. This is the well-oiled machine they promised us. A 70-something former Florida AG who looks like she's one wrong syllable away from speaking in tongues and summoning the actual apocalypse. I swear to God, the second she started looping, I half expected the podium to catch fire and a voice from heaven to go, "Nope. We're done. Everybody go home. Democracy's canceled." Because that's what this administration is at this point. One long technical difficulty screen with the little spinning wheel of death that never actually loads anything useful. They can't pass a budget. They can't staff the government. They can't even get through a 5-minute press conference without somebody's brain doing the Macarena on live TV. And the MAGA crowd is already out there screaming deep fake and AI generated, and the mic was rigged by Antifa. Bro, I watched it live, same as you. That was real. That was your girl Pam having a full-on Windows Vista moment in front of the entire country. You can't gaslight your way out of this one. This isn't Hunter Biden's laptop. This is your attorney general turning into a broken NPC right in front of God and everybody. The only thing missing was the Skyrim dialogue wheel popping up with 4 identical options that all say the. Look, I'm not saying every politician needs to be some smooth-talking Obama-level orator, but sweet Jesus on a pogo stick, can we at least get somebody who remembers how English works? Is that too much to ask in the year 2025? We went from yes we can to the in less than 2 decades. That's not a glow-up, that's a national tragedy. This is what happens when you hire people based on loyalty instead of literally any other qualification. You end up with an attorney general who sounds like she's trying to summon Captain Planet, but keeps forgetting the 5th element is heart. You end up with a Justice Department that can't even handle basic public speaking without turning into a South Park episode. And the worst part is they're going to spend the next week pretending this was some brilliant 4D chess move, or that Pam was just keeping it real. Or whatever cope they cook up in the truth social echo chamber, Meanwhile, the rest of us are just sitting here watching the country get run by people who make Weekend at Bernie's look like a documentary. I'm exhausted. I'm actually exhausted laughing at these clowns because every time I think they've hit rock bottom, they pull out a jackhammer and start digging again. Anyway, that's the state of the Republic today, kids. Your Attorney General can't say the word, without needing a safe space and a glass of water. If that doesn't sum up where we are as a country, I don't know what does. Pam Bondi caught red-handed stuffing Trump Epstein dirt under the DOJ rug after that bombshell leak hits the fan all right. Buckle up, because I'm about to unload on this steaming pile of hypocrisy that's got the whole damn country smelling like week-old fish. And if you're not already pissed off about how these clowns in charge are treating the Epstein saga like it's their personal delete key on a bad breakup text, well, you should be. Because today we got a fresh leak that's got Pam Bondi scrambling harder than a rat in a glue trap to hide whatever Trump-flavored evidence is buried in those files. And I'm not mincing words here. This isn't some tinfoil hat conspiracy cooked up in a basement. This is straight-up obstruction of justice, wrapped in a red tie and served with a side of MAGA denial. So let's dive into why your new Attorney General looks guiltier than a kid with chocolate fingerprints all over the cookie jar. Picture this, folks. It's been months since Trump slithered back into the White House, promising to drain the swamp and release all the Epstein docs like he's some caped crusader for transparency. But what do we get instead? A whole lot of nothing except for a few dribbled-out pages in February that were about as revealing as a swimsuit catalog from the 1950s. Flight logs we've seen a million times. Some redacted mass-use list that might as well be written in invisible ink. And an evidence inventory that's missing more chunks than a politician's spine. And now, after all that buildup, after Trump signs this shiny new bill yesterday forcing the DOJ to cough up the goods within 30 days, bam. A leak drops like a gut punch showing exactly why Bondi's been playing hide-and-seek with the real dirt, emails and memos where FBI agents were straight up ordered to flag and bury any Epstein records that even whispered Trump's name. Like he's Voldemort, and saying it 3 times summons the end times or something. I mean, come on, who the hell does Pam Bondi think she's fooling with this amateur hour cover-up routine? The same woman who spent years on cable news screeching about deep state plots and rigged systems under Biden. Now she's the one pulling the strings to shield her orange overlord from whatever Epstein's little black book or those hidden travel logs might spill about their cozy little chats back in the day. Because let's not pretend Trump and Epstein were just casual golf buddies who bonded over bad real estate deals. No, we're talking flight logs with Trump's name popping up like whack-a-mole, phone messages from Epstein's island that conveniently got lost in the shuffle. And don't get me started on those hard copy photos and handwritten notes that Bondi swears are too sensitive to touch. As if protecting pedophile-adjacent billionaires is suddenly the hill she's willing to die on, while the rest of us are left wondering why the Attorney General's job description now includes being Trump's personal shredder. And the sarcasm here is thicker than Bondi's Florida tan, because just last week she was up there at that presser, all puffed up and righteous, announcing she's sixing the feds on Epstein's ties to Democrats like Bill Clinton. Oh, sure. Go after the guy who's been out of power for years and already owned his dumbass mistakes. But when it comes to Trump's own Rolodex of sleaze, crickets, nada, zip, except for this new leak courtesy of some whistleblower with a conscience and a USB drive. Revealing internal DOJ emails from back in July, where Bondi's team was explicitly told to redact or flat-out vanish any mention of Trump in the Epstein trove. Stuff like visitor logs from the island that could put Mar-a-Lago in the splash zone. Or those employee lists naming names that lead straight back to Trump Tower cocktail hours. And it's not like this is breaking news. We've known for ages that Epstein name-dropped Trump like a party favor. But now with Bondi at the helm. It's like watching a bad magic trick where the rabbit's not coming out because she's too busy feeding it to the alligator backstage. You know what grinds my gears the most about this whole circus? It's the blatant double standard that these people operate under like it's their God-given right. Trump rails against the weaponized. DOJ for years calls it a witch hunt every time his ass gets too close to the fire, then installs Bondi, a loyalty pledge wrapped in a pantsuit, and suddenly the weapons pointed inward to bury the bodies, and this leak, which hit the wires this morning from what looks like a congressional source fed up with the bullshit, includes screenshots of memos dated February 27th, right after Bondi dropped that half-assed initial release of 200 pages that were basically public domain reruns. With one email chain explicitly saying flag for review any Epstein materials referencing POTUS or affiliates, which, if you're scoring at home, translates to burn it before it bites the boss in the balls. And it's no wonder Elon Musk himself tweeted this afternoon confirming what Rep. Dan Goldman suspected all along, that Bondi's hiding the files to protect Trump, because even the edgelord billionaire can't ignore the stench anymore. But wait, it gets better, or worse depending on how you like your scandals served, because amid all this, Bondi's out there brushing off questions like she's swatting flies at a barbecue, telling NPR last summer there was no evidence of a client list. And no more files to release, even though we all know that's horseshit because the bill Trump just signed carves out exceptions for victim privacy. Sure, but it doesn't give her a blank check to play goalie for Mar-a-Lago alumni. And now, with the House GOP even firing warning shots at her for fumbling this so badly back in July, it's clear even the MAGA faithful are starting to smell the rot. Yet here we are, days after the signature, and insiders are whispering that the full release might drag on forever thanks to national security redactions that conveniently black out Trump's golf cart joyrides with a certain sex offender. This is peak Trump administration, folks, a never-ending loop of promise, tease, and then poof, misdirection while the real crooks laugh all the way to the bunker. And if Bondi thinks she can keep stonewalling with her, we're protecting victims. Line, she's dumber than she looks, because the victims deserve the truth about every scumbag who enabled Epstein, not just the ones who don't golf with the president, and this leak is just the tip of the iceberg, the kind that sinks ships built on lies and loyalty oaths. So while Bondi hides and Trump tweets distractions, the rest of us are left holding the bag of broken trust and wondering how low this circus can go before the tent collapses on their empty heads. I'm telling you, if this doesn't wake people up to the fact that drain the swamp was code for stock the swamp with my cronies, then nothing will, because hiding Epstein evidence isn't just sloppy, it's criminal. It's a middle finger to every survivor who's fought for sunlight on this darkness, and it's the kind of bold-faced bullshit that makes you want to scream into the void about how we ended up here again. With an AG more interested in ass-governing than actual justice. Oh, and dearest MAGA, I was not talking to you. I just want to thank you all, like, share, and follow to stay connected. I am Santiago del Carmen Maria, the Queen of Crowning Thoughts, because I say it like it is. Copyright 2025 independent writer, Crowning Thoughts truth speaker, AI video content creator, writer, blogger, Santiago DC. Maria. All rights reserved.